Hello, everybody! Hello. Welcome once again. I am the Epic Party Guy, and this is Dyson Sphere. Welcome from sunny Alpha Eridani. That's it. Um, this is indeed the first planet outside of our home system that we will be colonizing. And pourquoi, you might ask? Oh yeah, ignore these all these warpers. Those are vessels going to pick up things. Anyway, I forget what's on Grapheus. Anyway, right? No, I don't count what we did on Grapheus as colonizing because it's just power production. And I know that's the name of the game, but that's just giant disco ball of solar panels plus a little bit of production to self-sustain. Um, so yeah, you might actually I should I should point out something very very important to keep in mind when working with vessels and warpers and multiple light years across things is all these fast moving ones are going with warpers. Yeah, yeah. So guess what that means these almost stationary looking ones are. Yeah, those are vessels that have been going not at warp at sublight speeds for I think 12 hours now, something like that, something horrendous. But anyway, I realized what had happened after one like long build session because the logistics tower was just constantly saying yes, we're currently waiting for the vessels to come in, and I'm like, oh Lord, please tell me not. And then I looked, and there they were, stationary, about like about halfway, about halfway. But um, yeah, yeah, that was not fun. So I canceled the request, warped back, beating them by a whole lot of time. Fixed all the settings, cause remember that thing about requiring warpers to be in the stations before they launch the vessels? Yeah, I hadn't set that on the second planet. So, fixed that, went back, hit the request again, and boom, they were there in 2 minutes. And these poor vessels right here have been slowly drifting back ever since. And they're almost home. They're almost home. Slow boat to somewhere. So, here is where we're going to be building next. And do you see why? Yes, fire ice and optical grading crystal. Not a fantastical amount, but they're on the same planet. So, we have the option to start here. To start Casimir crystals. Because, oh my gosh, Casimir crystals are such a pain in the ass. So, this will hopefully open the tightest bottleneck at the moment going on. So, but what I'm going to do first, so I set up I set up the mining here, and as you can see, they're right next to each other, which is great. But right here, on this landmass here, forget that titanium, we're going to be setting up all of the optical grading crystals being made. But first, I want to make the polar hub. Fans of Nilaus will know what I'm getting at, and I'm basically going to be doing my own twist on it, my own interpretation on it, and I say that because I really don't remember how he had all of his layouts, but I will be building it, I will be setting it for how I like it, I will be getting power going, and then I'll be making a blueprint of it, because we have spherical blueprints, people. The blueprints have updated to allow. I forget if this was in the initial thing, but they apparently fixed it to allow creating blueprints that cross the tropic lines. It's just very difficult to take one that does not cross the tropic lines and put it across the tropic lines, so it doesn't allow that. But if you build something that and make a blueprint that goes across those lines, you can put it down again. You can paste it as much as you want in the same tropic line break as you first made it, if that makes sense. Tell me in the chat room if it doesn't make sense. I'll explain better. So, polar hub. This is going to be basically the idea is anywhere on the planet. I just hit map. I hit orient north, pull down, and there is everything I need right here on the polar hub. This will be like the landing pad back home, but this will be a little better. So I started out there. Let's go more regular. There, and there, and there. So, equal distance. And one of the first things we'll need are energy exchangers. I'm gonna be one. Oh, that's just annoying. Because I was really hoping that it would be... What if we have it a little lower? Yes. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll drop it a little bit, just so that it's a little more on the outside. There. There. And... What? Oh, there. Alright. Yeah. So, it's in the middle, and it's equal distance. Nice and symmetrical. Just like humans like it. So, that means these are going to need to be using that. And this one will just clean up. So, this one will remote demand. Have here. Now, okay, so we can still use these ports. I think this works. I don't think this works. It will not pass. Here, discharge, discharge, discharge. Let's try and get some. Let's try and get some power coming in. We've got a little bit. You know, we've got some nice charging going on. 9 gigawatts being charged on G Planet. Because of course I can't remember the name. Oh, there. Right. Follow the warpers on Grapheus. So that is, with all the energy exchangers we have on there, that can charge up to 9.5 gigawatts or something. And the rest of the power it's making goes to feeding itself, keeping itself nice and happy. And that is on a single tidally locked planet with a multiplier of 1.5. That is wonderful. Wunderbar. So, that supply, and what I think is going to need to happen here is a splitter here and there. There, and there. Oh, come on. Well, let's try out both ideas here. Stop it with the hitboxes. Yeesh. All right. That looks ugly. That's bad. I'm going. Because we can do better. It's good, but it can be better. Discharge, discharge, and discharge. This is the way I know will work, but... Oh, and they're... Yep, they're the planets. Okay. Discharge. Oh, and they're not covered. Great. Alright. That's okay. We'll do that. That and that. Whenever possible, make it beautiful. And that means symmetrical and geometric patterns, apparently. So. Yeah, no, this is... Is that... So what's happening? Oh, it does pass it through. Okay. Interesting. Excellent. Wonderful, even. That just looks weird. What about this? Also looks weird. Alright. So. That'll be that. And we'll do the thing I did over there. And there we go. That looks better, and hopefully this means it'll just simply pass through. Yes, it does, even while working. That's nice. So, let's clean this up. Now that we know it'll work. And now we have... Yes, we're going to be draining the system of charged accumulators so that it pulls more depleted accumulators out of the system, and the number of and the accumulator production facility that we have going will input more into the system. So, what can be made to do here? What can we do here? Firstly, that. Right. So, 26% satisfaction. Not bad. Not entirely sure what I mean, because that's horrible. So, we'll make do for now. And actually, we don't need to put it in here. That's just crazy. That's just crazy talk. Reverse. Reverse. And there we go. And really, we should have had the, here. Now let's just have it, go right across. Oop. What's going on there? Why? Oh, no thank you. Reverse. There we go. So we have one tower handling all of that. And that will contribute. Is there a problem here? Can I help you? Did you have a jam? Yes, apparently you had a jam. So they each produce 45 megawatts. 90, 90, 90, 270 megawatts. Charging up all the towers. Won't be great, but it'll be fine. And you know what? You know what we can do? We can do this now that we have something relatively working. When in doubt, duplicate. Hello, Dark Donis. Welcome to the chat. Yes, this is the first exosolar planet. Now let's orient based on the tower, which is why we did it in recognizable places and not just the first one that works. Okay, good. Yeah. One thing you might notice, Dark Donis, is that I will never use the satellite substations. Always test the towers. And I very rarely use the wireless power tower. Why? Because these two have idle consumption, and I am very greedy about my power. About my power consumption. Now let's give you some. Okay. And we're good. What? Okay. You want to be weird? We'll get weird. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. To quote Keaton. So, here we have the beginnings of our polar hub. And the important part of this is that just plopping this down, we already tap into the logistics network for over half a gigawatt of power. Yeah, because we have 12 times 45 is 540, 0.54 gigawatts. Alright, enough math. Let's get to factory building. So, we'll always want belts. We'll always want sorters. And slow sorters. And a little bit of solar powers. Yeah, let's give all the solar powers. Let's actually have this one, the ones that are dealing with the power, let's have them deal with the power. You and oh, I don't know. You. Local storage. So that's good, and that's good. Let's have logistics here. Conveyor, sorter. What else do we want here? Alright. Oops. Why am I setting them to 0? Well, because I'm gonna blueprint them, and I don't want it, when I drop it down, I don't want them immediately pulling in 10 vessels from the entire network. But I will set these correctly. All right. Let's also let it launch with as little as possible. Just get maybe later. All right. So we have power. We have logistics. I think I'm gonna need more stations. We'll see. These are gonna be the ones on the sides are gonna be for whatever I'm doing here. So we're gonna need smelters, not plain smelters yet. Not these guys. We don't have them. And, whenever I drop this down on a new planet, I'll be able to customize what I'm demanding just by... It'll all be set to 0 anyway, so it won't immediately pull things in, but I'll be able to go in and just turn things off, increase demand, whatever, for what I want for that particular planet. So, we have... We have production. Buildings there. What do we want here? One of the things we are going to need are more stations. And that means for here. That, and that. And I think this is it for the basics. This will cover like 90% of all the planets that I'm going to want to do. Oh, you know what else we need? Foundation. And I'll drop that in. There. So. And that we have that being made. I just have that there already for, to help with our... To help with my inventory. Because I had to do interesting things earlier to get ready for this stream, so... Alright, I think this is a good start. Now, I know Nilaus loves to have all the different tropics have belts in between all the planetary sectors. I don't do that. I keep talking about making it when in doubt, make it pretty. When in doubt, make it nice. I don't do that. And what else? I think we're good on demanding things. Anything else can just be... I can just go over here, drop another... drop another station and demand the specifics of what I need. Like, if I want water, for the sulfuric acid planets and the oil planets, water pumps, oil extractors, and oil refineries. If I ever make another fractionator farm, hopefully that'll never happen because I friggin' hate them. But there you go. EM rail ejectors, ray receivers, whatever else I need is, just add another station and you're done. So, copy. Go here. Go to that. Click and drag. There. Polar hub. Icon layout. Yes, because this is what that is. just going to do a 5 pip of interstellar stations. Does this look better? Oh, yes, that does. Even better. Actually, dang it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Doesn't matter. Save blueprint. Do-do! Now, I could just drop the planetary solar... which is it? There. So. Yeah, I could just drop this as well. But that covers most of the best places to build. And we don't need to generate power here. We need to exchange it. So, anyone who's played the game and has used blueprints recognizes, wait, how the hell did he just do that? Well, with a handy dandy mod, blueprint tweaks. First of all, I can switch between God mode, this one, which is independent of Icarus. It would help if I remember my own hotkeys and how to do it. Or stay with me. And guess what? Turns off it being nighttime. Either way, going into this mode. Either way. Not the mod. This is just the normal. Anyway. But also, yeah, let's say that. That might be a little much. Okay. So, it also snaps to where it crosses the tropic line, even though that wasn't my intention. Delete. I said delete. Thank you. So, I have a blueprint. Normally, can't place it. However, with the mod, boom! Force place! Just like in Factorio. It's wonderful. Okay. Wanted to show that off. So, we now have the mod. We now have the polar hub. Another thing we can do while we're here, I mean, could just toss these into the just for symmetry's sake. But no, I'll play around with that another time. That's just idle tweaking, idle fiddling to do. So, what we're here for, Casimir crystals. First of all, let's get power over there. It was this way, yes? Yes. Okay, let's follow these meridian lines. One, two, three. And yeah, this is for symmetry as much as for utility. Whatever. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Because no matter which tropic area you're in, it'll be 3. Sorry. The range will be, see, 17 grid points. But I shortened it to 15 for just ease of design. Now, I obviously could have done it done the polar hub thing at the southern pole and just go, oh yeah, hit N for north and then push up instead of pull down. But whatever. So I really love these ice oceans on this planet. So I'm not gonna pave immediately over everything, only as needed. Even though I think you can build on the ice, and I don't need to harvest soil, so I don't foresee much need to, to be paving here. Plus, I love the graphics of this game, with the reflection in the ice. It's just gorgeous. All right, so we have optical grading crystal. We have fire ice, and because I was already right here, coal and copper, just because I could. So this is where I was initially pulling things in. Delete. Oh, that's the other thing we'll need to do. Oh, that. Okay. 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 So, what we'll need to do is set up something to be making warpers. Because, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing we set up to not be, like, universal. And by we, I of course mean I. So let's get most of that out. Pick up a handful. Not that much of a handful. And we're good. Just get it out of the inventory and into somewhere grabbable. Alright. And when I'm done setting up a whole planet, I don't try to drain everything from the polar hub. I just set everything to supply. Everything not needed for the power to supply, and then just leave. And I just leave it alone. So, all of these out of the inventory. Last thing I swear. I mostly swear. Alright, we're good. So we have one stack of assemblers and those things. Now what I should have is some of these and some of these. Whatever. So right here is a good unutilized awkward space. So let's put it in as close as we can. There, we won't need many. Let's just say 4. And while we're here, while we're doing all this, no reason not to turn this into a blueprint. Because I don't want to do this in the polar hub. I don't want to do this I mean, it could be done in the Polar Hub. We're kind of out of space on things, but in terms of slots, but I think the chem facilities aren't an always thing. They're really not. So I think in a future iteration of the Polar Hub blueprint, I will be utilizing some of this inner, and actually, I mean, having warpers done in the Polar Hub, it's going to be an always thing on every planet, so it just makes sense. So yeah, I mean, with this chemical plant here, that's not going to be an always thing. I'm not always going to need that. I'm not always going to need smelters or any of the other things either, but you know, oh well. And actually, I mean, now that I think about it even more, I probably should just have like these four should probably be okay. So here should be green cubes to make warpers out in front. Right here should be energy exchangers so that I can pull things um, in order to build all this. And I don't know, I'll probably be carrying splitters or something. Honestly, this would all be solved by having another ring of stations, and then you could just literally do every single, um, every single building, and another ring of exchangers through them to get even more power, so that you would literally not need to build any power anywhere on the, you know, on a new planet. Like, I have some wind turbines going here, and I mean you can tell that was just slapdash. Slap it down, dash away. One sec. So, sorry about that. But for now, I'm gonna keep this as it is and not tweak it anymore. If I do tweak it in between episodes, I'll go into it and explain it later. I'll explain it in the next one. So, back to the matter at hand. Da-da. This will be our temp. Temp save. Thank you. Why? Because I want to move this over. By one. That's one of the things that the blueprint system allows us to do now. So, this is what we'll do for now. Delete, delete. And then... God dang it. Alright. Alright, fine. So, there we go. Oh, right. Demand. And let's just only do... there. Because this shouldn't... okay. Now let's get that started. And once it has plenty... Because remember, one of these becomes 8 of these. Local supply. And this will be holding 10,000. So having that max means even after it, eh, you know, even after it has drained all the way down to here at the max, it'll be holding enough of these to almost completely fill this. Wait, really? Is that not fast? Oh, it is fast. I was looking at the wrong thing. Alright. So, got this going, and all looks nice and good. And this will supply everything. So, we have crap ton of fire ice, crap ton of optical grading crystal. Let's put them to use. So, we're going to be going for the advanced recipe on Casimir crystals. That's going to call for both optical grading crystal and graphene and hydrogen. Graphene and hydrogen, of course, being made from fire ice. So, but as you can tell, going to be producing twice as much graphene as we are hydrogen. So what are we going to do with the extra 22 graphene? Well, little secret of graphene, it's burnable. It's a horrible fuel. It really is. Just look at that. Not only is it only 96 kilojoules each, when, remember, hydrogen is in the megajoules, it's 9 megajoules. So, not only is it 96 kilojoules, 0.096 megajoules, it's got a fuel chamber generation of penalty of 70%. So you're not even able to access all 96 kilojoules. It is a horrible, horrible fuel. But that's what makes it so quickly burnable in thermal power plants. Huzzah. So, first step. And of course also the hydrogen will be being pulled in from all of the orbital collectors from gas giants and ice giants. So we'll be having plenty of hydrogen coming in. But we need the graphene. And yeah. Just, yeah. I mean, it might actually be better to be burning hydrogen the more I think about it. And just have, burn all the hydrogen from producing the graphene. And instead, just have that produce graphene and then use hydrogen from the orbital collectors. Grumble. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Decisions. So, but we're going to have it be something interesting, where first we're going to be making the Casimir crystals. That means we need you, and you, and you. There's something else. Oh. Right, that. Alright. So, let's look at the recipe a little bit more. So, it takes 4 seconds, which means 80 machines. But it's going to need 12 belts of 12 belts of hydrogen. So for each Casimir crystal per second, you need 3 hydrogen per second. Wait, what am I talking about? No, it's still 12. Forget what I just said, please. Thank you. Moving on. So, okay. Casimir crystals. 4 plus 2 plus 12 plus 1. Just counting up all the belts needed is 19. we only have 12 from each station, and um, I want to count this. I want to have this in units of each station. You could do, which I have done in the past, and actually, you know what? Let's do that again. I like that design. Where here we have, boom, 2 stations doing it. But what does that mean? That means that instead of 12 possible ports, we have 24. And that means 12, 2, and 4, and 1 is 19. We can do it. We can have this make an entire belt of Casimir crystals. So, we're going to need 80 assemblers, as I was just saying. And we're going to be doing it a few times. So, well, what I should be doing is remote demand, remote demand, remote demand. A little bit of you, a little bit of you. Why not? A little bit of you. And a lot of you. Thank you. Moving on. That's enough for now. Yeah, we're not going to be putting in solar panels. Okay, so that's another slot that we can fill up, we can free up, because we don't need solar panels everywhere. We don't need thermal plants everywhere. So, alright. It's going to be 1 line in, 1 line out. So I think on the outside will be all of the, and again, it's going to be 2 rows of 40, making the 80. It's going to have the output going into here for the Casimir crystals. And I want to, whatever. So these are both going to be pulling in hydrogen because holy crap, will we need hydrogen. Holy crap. So, and then optical grading crystals out. Nope. I was just saying no to that. So there and there. These are each going to need 1 optical grading crystal per second and half of a graphene a second. So, half of a graphene per second. That works. Half. That works. We're good. Next is the output, because you want this interlacing. For space, I'm not cutting in and out. I'm muting the microphone when I have to cough. Interlacing in order to for both efficiency and compactness. So they each need 1 per second of that. That works. 1 per second. Nope. Does not work. So up. Yes, that works. And then, oh Lord. 1, 2, 3. This will be interesting. Cause, yeah. So the thing with this is that, here, let's move these down because we're gonna need some space to get things in, to get resources in. So, you, and you, and you. So, once we have half of the machines down, and this, drop this in, we're good. And that is all of the graphene we'll need. On the other hand, optical grading crystals, we gotta be a little more creative with. Oh, Lord. Alright, fine. And then this will actually be that. So, that's going to be the first backup. The first replacement after 10 machines on each side. So next we need you coming out to play. Oh, right, and womp. Plus that. And we're good. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Alright. So that's all 4 of the optical grading crystals that we will need. Thing is, we need to get it 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Okay, fine. Pardon me over here, just dying a little bit. What's going on here? Why were you not ignoring that? Alright, we've stopped ignoring that. That's good. Alright. So it is. They do add up to 19, not to 24. So we have 5 lanes to play with if we want to swap things in between here. Oh. Yeah, this is going to be the one in the back is going to be putting out a lot more hydrogen. So and what this will do is supply the front, which is spitting out all of the other resources, to there. So here we have hydrogen, and here we have hydrogen. Excellent. So, what's going to be happening here is... Oh, but that takes 6 out of the equation. Dang it, never mind. Alright. There. Only 4. and you'll just be the first replacement there. But basically, it's going to be like I have elsewhere. I kind of think that's, you know, my little personal tweak to things to have this kind of stacking supply. I haven't seen anyone else with it. Not that I've seen many players, so I would believe very easily that there were other people doing this. It's not, you know, it's not like some genius pro gamer big brain move. You know, I'm not ridiculous about it like that. But you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it might actually be 6 per side now that I think about it. There, yeah, it's 6 per side. Because remember, everything's split in half for the outside. For the inside, it's everything total. However, these will need, each of them need 3 hydrogen per second. If we try it with that, it works. Okay. I was thinking that it wouldn't work, but apparently it does. Why do I sound sad about that? I don't know. So, oh, right. You to there, you to there, you to there. Here. Minus so it overlaps. Shift to force it. Boom! And another thing. When they updated to 0.8, one of the things they did was they buffed drones and drone research. In 0.8, if I had all of the tech that I have now, I would have 12 drones at a time, and they would all be going much faster. Well, astute watchers will notice I do have 12 drones, and they are going faster. Oh, that's because another handy dandy wonderful modder. I completely am blanking on your name. I am so sorry. And that is not what I wanted to do. Made a mod that goes in and recalculates all the research you've done. So here we have, you use it once and you're good to go. And so yeah, as you can see, construction drones 12, task count 4, and they're faster than before. They're technically faster than my move speed, so they should be catching up to me. And yeah, they are good. Before, I was faster, so this is so much better. Still a chore to watch though. So let's get to work. Status close, yes. Alright. And we have something to do after every 10. Actually, less than 10, but I'm going to focus on the inner channel of things first. Firstly that, just to get those charging up. shooting out the resources just yet. So, what is going to happen is that after every 10, we need to drop one of the lines of grading crystal. So, there's the last X. Trim it back 2, and there. There, and there, and good to go. Yeah, I don't know if you guys caught that right here with the belts, but if you see that, it's because the blueprint mod, or not mod, but if the blueprints did not connect the belts correctly, and they are actually not connected. There. In order to have them be even like that, cut them at the same place. Use now. That's about right. Oh, and I'm out. Excellent. I'm not out anymore. And yeah, I was being silly when I was first musing about how it knows to convert the ghosts to real ones. And if you notice, they're not using their full task count. That means that when the drones go out to place, they only are placing one at a time. So I'm already placing these at a quarter speed. So that's another good reason to keep a better eye on things. But already, as you can see, marvelous. What's going on there? Oh, okay. When it's dropping down, it's blocking that. That's annoying. Black, do it. No. Will that do it? We'll see with this one. Yes! Alright. And remember, we're not going to prioritize the belts, or how pretty they are right here, as long as the sorters work. Is that correct? That's correct. But it's wonderful when we can do both. So, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. So 6 was a rate of 7. So, gonna be ending that. Gonna be ending that as we drop this down again. Trim it back 1. Of course, that's not how to do it. I literally just did it. Why am I blanking on this? Go in there. Thank you. Oh, I think I messed up. Didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10. Ah, man, everything was just going wrong with my throat. Alright. Oh, yep. There's the mess up. There is... Okay, a mess up. Let's say, I'll be charitable and say a mess up. Does that... No, that does not connect. Okay. It's fine. We'll just put a gap in the assemblers. That's fine. That's not a problem. The key thing is functionality. It needs to be functional. It's actually the right placement that I want. Alright. And it's fine. It's fine. It's fine, I promise. He says, trying to reassure mostly himself. Ten. Haha. So we're just gonna need this little gap there. It's not a problem. You and you. You're down. Too high. I mean, really, we don't need... you or you. So we can save on belts. Not that that's a huge priority. So, all good. Now keep an eye out for where it looks like these tips of the belts are overlapping, facing each other. Thought I saw something like that as I was just laying this ghost here, but it should be fine. We'll know soon enough. Oop. And you. Haha. Okay. Wait, these are getting... Okay, good. For some reason it didn't look like they were getting sorters in the, behind them on the hydrogen line. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 40 assemblers. And we're good. Snip, snip, snip goes the moil. Oh, you know, that might be the other thing I should have in this in the hub. Robot fuel. Nothing like a little dining in the evening. Alrighty. So, that is the inner channels dealt with. Now for the hydrogen. We have 40 on each side. And that means that we... Okay. Wait. That should be... That should be alright, because... Okay. Right. If it was 1 per second, if these were Mark IIs, and we were only designing for Mark IIs, which consume and produce at a speed of 1, so 1 per second means 1 per second. 12 every 4 seconds would mean 3, and a belt could handle 10 machines. However, these are Mark IIIs, which operate at a speed of 1.5. So it's actually using 1.5 times that, so 18 every 4 seconds, which is a little over 4. And breaking out our handy dandy calculator, 18 fourths, 30 items per second, divided by 18 items per 4 seconds. 30 times 4 divided by 18, which is 6 2/3. So, every 6th... Okay, this is going to be interesting. Oh, this is right here. That's what I was talking about, with the blueprints not placing the belts correctly. Those were actually not connected. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What we need to do... 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's expose here, so we can look inside. Have this go over and join it. Why? Because now... I mean, does that need a splitter? No, we don't need to worry with splitters. So this is down to supporting 2/3 of a machine. This is coming in. So let's repair this. Now, right now, this belt. Oh, that's what we need to do. Okay, so these belts cannot carry a capacity of more than 6 2/3. So what they will need to do is that. Here. So, what this does is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here on this belt is only enough to support 2/3 of a machine. So it's going to pull 1/3 off of here. And we're good. I don't know why I deleted that. Because it's this one. So, in here comes 2/3 of support from this one. This one comes in carrying 6 2/3 machines worth of support. This pulls off 1/3. We have 6 1/3 coming. Continuing on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this only has 1/3 available. So this is going to pull off 1/3 from here and 2/3 from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all that line will support. That's not what I want. Alright. Yeah. Okay. So see, I did it wrong yet again. What I meant to do was right here. Is that correct? That is not correct. There. Just have it drain the belts on the outside. They come in and replace those. And we're good. Yeah, 2/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we do the process again. Except with the inner belts instead of the outer belts, because we're going by what we see. So, we have 6 and 2/3 coming here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Delete. Come out and down and over. No. Smooth that back. Down and over. Thank you. Now the other question is, could I have it where I use a lesser inserter on here? I don't care that much. Is the simple fact of the matter. So, it's got 2/3 coming in here, takes off a third here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Snip, snip. Wrong snip, because it should have been in the middle of the machine. He realizes belatedly. 6 and a third total coming in here, so a third. 2/3 gets pulled off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect! Now let's see if I can remember how he did that and replicate it over here. I mean, it is a shame that they don't have yet where you can just mirror, where you can mirror the a blueprint, like rotate it on an axis. But I am going to make use of this in this way by doing 2 separate blueprints. 2 separate blueprints? He's a madman! So. Nope. Yep. And I'll do the inserters manually. There's the inner. Oops. Delete. Thank you. Inner. And. Oh. Dang it. Alright. Outer. Use now. See, there is no undo. So if you put a blueprint incorrectly, you better hope you're faster than your drones. And right now, I'm not faster than my drones. I don't want to be faster than my drones, but you gotta be faster with the delete button, that's for sure. Alright, so it did not port over are the side connections, which is why it's good that we... And I forgot that machines were offset by 1. Okay. Okay. Let's try this again. There. All that does the outer. Let's retake the inner. Let me just sit here for a spell. Give my fuel rods a rest. Alright, what am I doing here? Inner. Here. To here. Use now. Oops. There. Don't care about you. Ah, this is interesting. By interesting, I mean awkward. So let's go back to this, where we can control from here. Yes. That's what I wanted to do. Alright. So where it comes over to reinforce. There. Oof, there we go. So yeah, you can see how insanely complicated and annoying and frustrating this would be if I didn't have blueprints to just do a mass copy like that. That one's good, that one's good, that one's good by virtue of not being needed to be changed. That one's good. This one has not been done yet, which is fine. There we go. So much faster. But now let's get the actual hydrogen going. Okay, let's see what's needed for this. Yeah, you can handle that. No problem. Hooray, spaghetti. Ooh, excellent. Well done, I'm proud of you. Excellent. Wunderbar. Where is it? There? To there. Excellent. Wait. Huh. Thought I saw something change there. Must have been just a graphical thing. Alright. So these are going to be demanding. These are going to be very demanding. Local demand. Alright. And away we go. Now let's see if this works. Let's turn it on and hope for the best. That's never caused any problems, right? Yeah, can't do multiple power plants. Oh, and here we have some early problems. It's a problem. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's do da dee da da. Haha, yatta. You. Keep the patterns going. You and you. And you and you. Alright. So yes, we now have hydrogen getting started. Is this everything? Yes. Alright, I don't think we actually need the graphene feeding there, because that's not a high priority. So what we're going to do is what I was thinking earlier, which is having this helping to feed this one, because this one's just bursting with hydrogen. It's just going in every direction. It is radiating hydrogen isometrically like a physics problem. That's interesting that it prioritizes this. Whatever. That's lovely. How's our production crew? How's our production, crew? There we go. Is it in it yet? Yes. Oh wow, that's amazing. That is hilarious right there. Yeah, we don't have 4 belts of optical grading crystals coming in just yet. And I was going to put in... And we're about to put in some more of all that, so... Yeah, I was a little worried about this. Alright. So here's what we're going to do. You... and there. But why? Well, just hang on a sec. Uno momento, por favor. There we go. Let you connect. Delete. that correct? That's correct. And away we'll go. And away we go. Then we need to do the same thing over here. Because remember, it doesn't like grabbing from the very tip of the belt. It's just friggin' annoying. A lot of things are friggin' annoying, but that's just because it's all a matter of I know how to do this. I'm wrestling with the code to make it happen, and that's the annoying part. So, and of course, it's gonna happen. Oh no, it's gonna happen at each one. Alright, well this one's a quick fix. I wonder if it'll happen at each one. See, it didn't happen there. If we when we drop it on as a blueprint. There. We'll see. We will see. It's this, this kind of last minute tweaking and massaging and ironing that is the bane of many designer. Does that work? No, it does not work. Interesting. Good to know. What? It was going so well. There we go. Are these fine? These are fine. Give a shout if you see any warnings or disconnected icons. Anything? No, we're good. I love it. And the first delivery is gone. Oh, happy days. Oh, happy days. So, you know what that means we need to do? We need to save. Because I do not. If there's a random lightning strike, or some random ass shit, I don't want to lose this. So, second thing we need to do is go to the faster mode. Save. Make sure we didn't grab anything we didn't want. Didn't grab those. Didn't grab those. Okay. So, oh, also, because of the Blueprint Tweaks mod, we can change the recipes if we want. But we don't want. We really don't want. So, Casimir Crystal. Save. Use now. So, if we wanted to do this again and again, we could not, in fact, do it like this. Why? Resistance towers. However, that's what rotating is for. Because I want the camera focused on Icarus, not the robot, or sorry, not the cursor. Come on, let's go. Oh, this is annoying. Okay. Well, there we go. Look at the belts. So, what I'm going to have to worry about is I'm trying to show you the outer belts, because I wanted to make sure that they dropped down and I didn't have to have them swing out at all. So, I'm not going to force it so that if it does overlap, don't have random things. Nope. There we go. Now, this of course does mean that at some point we're going to have to be mining 8 belts worth of optical grading crystal. That's fine. Because we don't have to uniquely and solely be making this with the advanced recipe. We can break down and use the original recipe. It's mostly the same thing, except the belt on the inside that carries the optical grading crystal only needs one belt for the entire thing. And yeah, it's apparently being laid down connected, which is good. That's good. So, but using the original recipe, the main recipe, is perfectly fine. You know, it's just this one right here that brings in the optical grading crystal. Just needs to be is going to be titanium crystal instead, and only needs one belt for the whole thing. And I think I already said that, but you know, whatever. And that is something that you can do on a planet that has um, access to fire, ice, and organic crystal, because organic crystal and titanium is what makes titanium crystals. Or some other source of graphene, even though I don't believe there is. You know, that's a thing. So, a quick note about logistics stations and blueprints. If you have it where, I mean, normally, um, when you put down a blueprint, it will remember what is loaded up uh, in the station. However, it will not load it with vessels and drones. That's just the thing. It's just simply a thing. However, with my other mod, that kicks in after the station gets placed. How are we on this? Nope. Nope. Bone dry. So, I mean, these. So that's how that all. That's how those interplay. So, what we need for these is optical grading crystal, but we don't have that. We just simply don't. So that's all fine and good. And we can do those another time. We can get to that another time. Next, you guessed it, gonna be making graphene. Alright. So graphene from fire ice is right here. 2 belts of fire ice for 2 belts of graphene and 1 belt of hydrogen. And we're going to have to be very, very careful with the hydrogen so that it doesn't stuff it up. So, in order to burn a full belt of hydrogen, what did we say? 3 seconds per hydrogen? That's a thing. 9 megawatts. 80% efficiency. 2.16. 3 1/3. So, 3 1/3 seconds per hydrogen. Or, 3 hydrogen every 10 seconds. And we will have 30 coming in per second. Oh my god, it's late. My brain. Okay. 3 hydrogen every 10 seconds to consume that. Is that 100? Because then 10 do 3 every second. And yeah, 10 again for 30. So yeah, 100, um, 100 thermal power plants. You know, making 216 megawatts, which, you know, just might mean that if I have, you know, one or two lines of it here, I disconnect the Tesla plants here and it's all done by that, which is not a great plan. It's not. I mean, heck, I think at that point you start using that power to charge accumulators. So, where are we? What are we doing here? Alright, so let's make 4 belts of graphene here to fully fund these Casimir crystals. Um, that means we're going to have 2 belts of hydrogen to get rid of, and that can actually be pumped into here. One into here, and one into here, which is interesting. I think that's what we'll do. And the other thing we're gonna need to do is have little clearinghouses so that these go collect hydrogen, and that increases the bandwidth of hydrogen coming into these. So right now these are these are bottlenecked by their own limited number of logistics vessels. Why not? So, this is good. Das ist gut. Oh. Might actually have a use for tanks finally. What is that? Iron and stone. Let's see. 8 iron and 12 stone per. Do I have stone on here? So there's iron. Oh, I should just look here. Yeah, somewhere on this place. I can just hand make some tanks. And it'll be fine. Two-way. And there we go. This is going to be the start of it. So chemical plants operate at a speed of 1. So we don't need to worry about that. And it's 2 to 2 every 2 to 2 every 2. So it's effectively 1 to 1 every 1. So it's 30 chemical plants. And if we do graphene, hydrogen, fire ice, fire ice. Oh no, that was a mistake. Alright, and it's fixed. Excellent. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's interesting. I keep saying that, and I'm not actually explaining it, I realize. Don't worry. Don't worry, I gotcha. So, the question is always, bandwidth of the stations. So, what I'm going to do, that was wrong. That is not what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Graphene, hydrogen, graphene. Building on the ice. Nothing can go wrong. Oh no, it all went wrong. So this will make 4 lines of graphene right here. 4 lines of it'll turn 4 lines of fire ice into 4 lines of graphene and 2 lines of hydrogen. So we take this down on that one. Line it up with those. And that should be good. Yes. Alright. So, fire ice in, graphene out. And remember, it's the middle one on the inner station for the Casimir crystals that will have the be able to accept the hydrogen. Let's do this. Why did I turn this around coming in this way? Because this one is going to feed this station, and this one, oops, and this one down here, at the end of this, is going to feed over here. So let's get those in. Get those belts in, people. Don't know where that came from. Don't worry about it. I'll be fine. And what do we have going on here? We have graphene coming in, hydrogen going out, graphene coming in. Yes, graphene coming in and fire ice coming out. There we go. This is much nicer. There and there. Excellent. So, again, everything is operating at 1 to 1 every 1 speed. Not what I want. There we go. So, input is a Mark 1. That's where we start. Output is a Mark 1. Oh, yeah. Filters, very important. Now, hydrogen is coming out at 1 every 2 seconds, so that's half speed, which means we can do this. Alright. So, and that's our starting position. Starting arrangement. Let's get this evened up. And that's how we're gonna have it. We're gonna take this, 30 that way, each one. There, not you, not you. And remember, if you want to connect, hit minus to overlap. Oh no. I don't know why this didn't work. Because that's not a glitch with the blueprinting. I mean, oh, I think okay. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, I'll be fine. Just gotta stitch this together at least. Little darning never hurt everyone. Never hurt anyone. You know, except people in the Inquisition, I guess. Which no one expects, of course. Oop, out of range. That's not fun. Oh, this right here. That's a problem with the blueprint. Oh my god. Oh, well, I was putting in the wrong direction, that one. Details. There's 14. There's 14. 14. And 14. Two, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, and a 2. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, I do like this, diamond pattern when it comes out like this. Would that cover everything? No. This covers everything, however. Alright, so that's half of what we need. Alright, forced it so that we could plant over that. Plant. We'll have it done. We'll have it done. Yes, there's the monomer. How much space is between? Almost none. Nope. Thank you, autosave, for ruining that. Yeah, this we do not want to overlap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that make sense? Yeah, I guess so. Alright. And it's almost exactly how we want it. That's so nice. See, we didn't even need to worry about that. Okay. Chain dismantle. And this isn't giving any belts. Why did it not copy any belts? Or any sorters? Let's just do it all in one go. There's nothing bad ever happened by that. Nope, nope. Again, no sorters. That's weird. Copy. Yeah, see, it has sorters. Use now. Oh! Okay. Because I'm forcing it, and it's going onto the... Okay. Onto the belts, it says, like, oh, no, can't do it. No can do, Chief. Ah, dang it. So that was not a problem with the uh, use there to get the power pulled in. So how much power are we drawing? That's not bad. But we're not actually burning the hydrogen, so everything I said earlier does not count. Well, maybe not everything, but, you know. Alright. Oh no. What? Oh, yes. Okay, that's fine. You. You go there. Thank you. Excellent. Yes, that's going that way. So this one right here, in all its happiness and glory, we'll go this way. And you get to feed that. Mazel tov. Hope you have 1,000 fat babies. Okay, so we have 4 belts of that, 2 belts of 4 belts of graphene, 2 belts of hydrogen. That is, you know, not enough for the hydrogen and for the oh, you know what? Here, if we do this, now that seems weird. Yeah, it seems weird. Here's why. One, I don't want the station. I don't want the station's vessels tied up in going off to get hydrogen. Secondly, oh hello. All right. Well, not entirely sure why I did that. Secondly, this tells it to pull in from the other stations locally. And while it's doing that, it has no choice but to accept the hydrogen produced that is being belted in. So, there's that little tidbit of getting it to prioritize and a little bit of load balancing. Alright. So yeah, that has all the drones coming in with it, and it's soaking up all the hydrogen being produced by this. And there you go. 4 belts of graphene being made to feed 2 belts of Casimir crystals. Perfect ratio. Excellent. Happy to help. So, but with these, we can leave it as remote demand, and this one as remote supply and local supply, so that, I mean, it's all part of a larger network. These I cut off from the remote pulling in of hydrogen because there's such a demand of hydrogen, then the vessels would be totally entangled doing that. So instead, I have the vessels of these things, which are doing it less often, the non-hydrogen stuff. Um, Plus, these can be have vessels sent from the requesting station to get these resources. As opposed to with hydrogen, where you're getting from a gas giant, orbital collectors do not have vessels to send off. So, just a little bit of peek behind the curtain there. Let's just get all that out of my inventory. Thank you. Alright. Yeah, so now we're only constrained by optical grading crystals for this. Excellent. So, okay. So if we do get both lines of Casimir crystals working perfectly, that 2 lines of Casimir crystals will mean 2 lines of plane filters. 2 lines of plane filters means 1 line of quantum chips. And 1 line of quantum chips means 2 lines of green science. And that's good for now. That's correction. That's okay for now, because quantum chips are also needed for rockets, which we're gonna be making. And oh yeah, assembling machines, which I think we've made. I've completely upgraded all of the assembling machines on the home planet. I haven't done it on the second planet, on the inner planet, but I've done it on the home planet. That was like 3,000 of them. So we've made all of those. That's fine. We built it up where we were making it slowly enough that it's fine. What was I just looking at? Why was it? Okay. That's why I sold them. Okay. It's alright. So, optical grading crystals. That is what we need. We need 200 per second more. Honestly, what we need is veins utilization. That's not going to be a perfect solution, but it'll be a solution. And so we have the 16 veins right here. Looking here, optical grading crystals, 16 billion. Now with the infinite resources, you have 1 billion per vein. So we have 16 veins. So we've tapped all the ones on this planet. If we check the star here, there's 20 more veins somewhere. So let's look for it. Oh, okay. First thing I did. Alright, not complaining. Not complaining. Wow, that's a lot of fire ice. Okay, not that we need fire ice. So, we'll go to Alpha Eridani 4 next, just to tap the optical grading crystal. And while I'm there, I'll tap the kimberlite, because we will need kimberlite at some point. I'm not sure where or when, but at some point it will be ours. Oh yes. So I think I'm ready to leave here just for a minute. Now I will be coming back at some point to tap all the resources here. All of them. Every last one. Just because that's what I do. I've already got things coming here anyway. Oops. Oh, and also, these are going to be going places. It'll be interesting when, okay, so if this gets stuffed full of graphene, I mean, I'm just worried about it, about things backing up because we're not burning it, so we can't guarantee that it, that it will be, that one of them will be completely gone, or at least partially gone. So, if this backs up with graphene, and these are still consuming hydrogen, then they'll just pull for hydrogen elsewhere, and that'll slowly um, consume graphene. But yeah, if this gets, and this will not get stuffed full of hydrogen because it can't. The hydrogen doesn't go through there; it immediately goes to get used up, which I think is the right way to go. I think that's the right way to go. I like it. I like it. So, just real quick, how are we on fire ice? Yeah, yeah, that's. Yeah, all right, you can do that. You're allowed. Go have fun. All right, real quick, just because I was dismissing it quite a bit. Titanium in the full cluster. How are we looking? Not great. Ugh. Alright, not great at all. Yeah, because see, as it is right now, we'll need more titanium glass and we'll need more titanium ingots. Sorry. Yeah, we'll need more titanium glass and we'll theoretically need more titanium alloy. Even though titanium alloy is not a constant use, that's not for. It's not a science ingredient, so you can really ignore that. So, titanium alloy consumes, each one is equal. So, 4 titanium in to 4 titanium alloy out. So our consumption will be reduced by the theoretical max of this being produced. So this is actually 678. Still not great. Why? Because we're not making 678. So uh, if we do increase this to 678, let's say 700, this needs to be up to 1400. And that's just to meet current demand of ingots, not even increasing titanium demand for titanium glass. So what is titanium glass? It's 1-to-1 as well, 2 in, 2 out. So if we add this to 4678, that's actually going to mean that just for safety's sake, we'll increase titanium ingot production to 750, which this is 1500, which means we need to almost to more than quadruple our titanium ore mining. So no, I will not be ignoring this titanium vein in the long run. But yeah, that's not what we're doing right now. What we're doing right now 3, 4, 5. The 6 I have is fine. 6 and 6. Alright. Let's go set things up on Alpha Eridani 4. And after I get the optical grading crystal mining started, then I'll call the episode there, because it's getting late and I work tomorrow. Yes, dear viewers, I still have a day job. Shutter. Okay, let's see if we can. That was definitely not the pole. Oh well. Ooh, silicon and kimberlite right here. How are we on silicon? Yeah, still not great. At all. Yeah, so I'm not covering any of that up. But yeah, as you can see, it gives red if you're hitting that. If it's an actual bottleneck. So, high purity silicon. Okay, polar hub. Well, can't be in that view. There we go. Yeah, let's line it up with the meridians. Where's... And yes, this kind of snap to polar is new in the upgrade, in the latest change from the devs. The devs, I'm sure, have been paying all the attention to how people are using blueprints, and we love them for it. So, there we go. Oop. That's weird. Well, actually, it is better to set it and then hit demand. So, those are now coming in. Excellent. Oh no. Yeah, go away. Don't. Please, no. Alright. So, where could my optical grading crystal be? Oh, where can it be? There it can be. Interesting. It's right near these. So, I mean... That's crazy. Why? What? I mean, yeah, glass. I mean, you did a lot of that for glass. You know, because, glass is 2 stone to every glass. So, to make full use of that is 960 stone. Stone brick is 1 to 1. 960 plus 1 plus 180 is 1140. Plus the little bit for the storage thing and whatever else stone is used for. Gets you that theoretical max of 1164. And we need to more than 5 times our mining of stone to meet that. But we're not here to do stone today. I mean, this is just simply going to be dropping things for swear I'll finish the sentence one of these days. Wow, yeah, this is going to be a massive mining planet. Alright. Alright. And there we go. Now, should I do smelting on site? What will happen is... Here, diamond. From kimberlite, because there's kimberlite here. Not compressed. You want to ship it raw. That's like the only thing that does it. Silicon. I don't think we should. We should ship it, because that'll just. Yeah. I mean, I should have done more. I can probably rip out one or two of the arrays in on the second planet that's currently doing high purity silicon, because each array is like two of the, each array is like 90 per second, I believe, of consumption. I'm totally blanking on what I mean. Yeah, 90 of production, which is 180. So I have two arrays here. So if I put one down here, that'll be fine, and I can take one up from the second planet back home. How are we on iron? Iron's alright. It's okay for now. I mean, we're not hitting our maxes. We will need to expand, of course, at some point. But I don't need to expand the smelting as well. Alright. But that's not what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing right now is creating an intense demand, a mighty need for accumulators. Because we do not have nearly enough in the network, obviously. Where are we doing this? So let's make this. Do this as densely as possible, because we need every single scrap of it we can get. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, that's so good. Why do I have to make it weird? I don't know why I do that. I also don't know why I just moved it. There, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Yes, please. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I know I can squeeze one more in there. Oh, I'm good at squeezing things in. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright. Now, it wouldn't be a study in spaghetti unless we did some spaghetti. And for anyone who forgets, a study in spaghetti is the name of this series. Is the name of this video series. Why? Because I'm an artistic son of a bitch. That's why. Now, what we can do here is completely forget to have any windmills, any wind turbines here. Because, again, this is going to be a major mining area. And, yeah, we want, as much power produced on site as feasible. Let's just get this temporary in. Yes, just because it doesn't have an ocean doesn't mean it's all buildable. Because that, you can't build in it. Alright, so we have some remote demand here. It's not being filled. It'll work itself out. Like a constipated mathematician, you can work it out with a pencil. So, while that happens, all that churns away, what we can do is manually truck things for now. But where are you going, dude? Come on, dude. Not cool. Alright, so which one am I? Two, I think? Yes. Let's go with 2. I was right. Ooh, right over the pole that I want. Excellent. So, for now, what we can do is get some more of these. Drop off. Four. Don't want to drop off those. Oh no. Okay. Fill the entire hold with things I don't need. What am I doing here? Right there. those, got that, got that. Way too many of those. But I also no way to... Alright. Regardless, that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm here to do. That's what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Alright, so these, what we will do is set to remote supply, supply. And that's all. That's all we need to do. And anything that's in here, we can just leave as... Oh, right. Sorry, that's the other thing we need to do. Well, that was interesting. Oh, was it having... That's... Huh. Weirdness. I don't know, man. So, but we need to tell it that it's okay to leave with the minimum load of vessels at 10%. So that this thing, this one, 20%. And I wanted to do that so that it wouldn't always be leaving at 200 or 100 of these. It should leave at 200, and that's fine. So here, send that. Okay. These it can leave at the very least amount, and that's fine. There, every 400. Alright, and yeah, I think we're good. There's Aerodani, there we go. Alpha Aerodani 4. That's not good with labels mixing up like that. So, let's get this started. Let's get it started and let's get this started charging. How are we on this? Not great. Alright, where did that optical grading crystal go? Probably should just use map mode. Oh, wait, here we are. Right, it would help if I told it that it could actually do this. Okay. Oh, and I didn't make it a blueprint, did I? Of course I didn't. Of course! Alright, fine. Just to turn the green cubes into warpers. I think I will make a second layer of stations and make a new polar hub blueprint, but if I do that, it'll be basically all the same that I had been doing, that I had been showing earlier. So I'll do that in between. That's fine. There's not much missing if I do it that way. Does that connect everything? Yes. Perfect. I love it. I'm in favor of this. I'm a fan. In fact, I'm a huge fan of these. This, we're just gonna multi-build. Because, why? Say it with me, kids. Whenever possible, increase power production. So, to give an example of um, customizing this for a new planet, you already saw me enable the miners. I know I'm going to be smelting quite a bit. And am I going to be assembling? I don't think there's anything on here that takes assemblers. I think the only raw resource that does is fractal silicon into the crystal silicon. This recipe right here, that's made in assembler. I think everything else is made in a smelter. Smelter, 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 smelter. Yes. All right, and does that not connect? Why does that not connect? That's random. Okay, not random. It's just annoying. Alright. Now we're cooking with energy exchangers. There we go. Local planet. 58.5 per second. That's gonna have to... You gotta wait the full amount of time that you have here to get the entire production thing, because all it does is it takes the total over the past time and divides it by that time. It doesn't give the differential of the production rate. So yeah, 58.5 per second. Means that a vessel is going to be launching from it every 17 seconds. 3.5 of them a minute. I love it. So, what we need to do is not do thermal power plants. Instead, oh, well, by the way, that means that one station is going to be making use of 7 warpers a second. 7 warpers a minute. Just to throw that out there, so that y'all know. What this is going to need to do. That. One, two. Because it'll be a very small production. There we go. I love seeing that. That's a good thing. That is a very good thing. That's an amazing thing, that it just has those ready to go. I love it. Because remember, this is going to be... Oh, man. You know, okay. So that's a thing. That's a thing I should discuss. Each one of those is gonna be making 48 warpers a minute. So that's 96 warpers a minute. That means this entire planet is gonna be constrained to 96 warpers a minute. And as I just mentioned, that one little patch being harvested is going to consume 7 warpers a minute. That's 7 out of that 96. So, if I can increase it a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, hello. Okay. There. And that just doubled it to 192 per minute, which is fine. Okay, you know, I lied. Somehow it's 288 per minute. And of course, because I forgot these are Mark 3s, not Mark 2s. So that 192 that I just mentioned, add 50% to that, which is another 96. And that'll get you 288. So, there you go. You know, whatever. 288. That'll be enough for a mining planet, possibly. But I mean, we can make things easier by having smelting on site to compress the silicon and to compress the stone a bit, I guess, for glass, and coal for graphite. Do I need graphite? I don't think I need graphite. The fuck? Okay. Okay. I don't need to panic. That 31,000 a minute is because it's counting up all of the thermal plants. And that is just simply not the case. Graphite gets used in a fair number of things. This we don't have to worry about nearly as much because of Kimberlite. It's going to be amazing. Plastic is always a constant. Unfortunately, you can't get around needing plastic because plastic is needed in particle broadband, and particle broadbands are needed in purple. But you don't need it for organic crystals once you start harvesting that, so that's going to be fine. So I think I'm going to update my blueprint with these guys in here, because yeah, I mean 280 per minute, that's going to cover a lot of contingencies, a lot of planetary uses. I'll leave these, yeah, and I'm already using these, so it'll be fine. Oh, so what we can also do for a one-to-one smelter here is change um, all the recipes in here from that to that, for example. And rename it or whatever, but that's save changes. And I don't want to do that. Besides, I already have an iron smelting one over here. What I can do is diamond smelting is a one to one in 2. Now, what else is one to one in 2? I don't think anything. Oh, but silicon ingot smelting, and titanium smelting. Those are 2 to 1 in 2. Why am I don't know. Yeah, and by the way, there's no titanium on this planet. How much titanium was on this planet? Or silicon? 155. That's not bad at all. What I can do is lay down all the miners and then see how many that is. See how many maximum production per second that is, and then build enough smelting, like whether it's 1 smelting array or 3 or 5, and go from there. And yeah. Oh, hello, Triforce Cutie Mark. I hope you're still in the stream. Um, so sorry, the chat window is over there. I'm looking over here. I'm focusing well into the game and just monologuing, and that takes a lot of concentration. Does the planet have oceans? The one I'm on at the moment does not, but it does have, these gorges right here that you can't build in. So you do need, you do need foundation to build in there, basically to fill in the gorges. The previous planet in this system that I was on, Alpha Eridani 2, that did have oceans, but they were frozen, ice oceans. So it's just very pretty to look at, and you can build on it. It's pretty good. It's pretty awesome. So, hope that helps. Hope that answers your question. So I think this is where I'm going to call the episode for the day and just slam down all the mining I can in between episodes. There's a lot of kimberlite, a lot of silicon here. I really like it. Um, so thank you, everyone. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you at the next party.